Rain hammered the jagged basalt spires of the Mazarine Rift as Dr. Elias Cade guided his battered rover across the black glass plain. The planetary survey had been routine, just geothermal readings and soil cores for the Colonial Council, until a meteor storm tore through the upper atmosphere 2 days earlier. Most of the team had already launched back to orbit. Elias lingered stubbornly, finishing a final transect before departure. A sharp ping chimed from the rover's sensor mast. An anomalous energy spike, faint yet unmistakably artificial, somewhere beyond the next ridge. Curiosity 1. He set out on foot with a portable scanner. The wind tasted of iron and ozone, and turquoise lightning stitched the bruise-colored sky. Cresting the ridge, he froze. Below lay the smoking wreckage of a small spacecraft half buried in obsidian scree. Amid twisted metal crawled a figure, humanoid yet clearly alien. She was slender, opalescent skin shimmering like mother-of-pearl, translucent fins along her forearms, and one leg bent at an impossible angle. Lavender blood seeped from a wound at her temple. Elias's caution warred with his oath as a xenobiologist. Activating his suit's translator, he approached slowly, hands visible. "I'm here to help," he said. The alien girl raised luminous eyes the color of dying stars. Her voice rippled like water, and the translator rendered a trembling English. "Not help. Hide. Middle." Elias knelt, working quickly with medfoam and splints from his field kit. As he lifted her onto a stretcher, she gripped his wrist with surprising strength. "They will come," she gasped. "Must reach the Chorus Stone before dusk or all is lost." The Chorus Stone. Elias echoed, mentally rifling through every chart he'd studied. No landmark bore that name. She pressed a crystalline shard into his palm. The moment skin met crystal, a flood of images swallowed him. A cathedral of sound deep beneath volcanic caves, telepathic voices harmonizing across light years, and starships rending themselves apart in civil war. When the vision faded, Elias found himself kneeling in the mud, heart hammering. "My name is Lyriel," the girl whispered. "I am rune-bearer of the Luminari. That shard is a key. If united with the Chorus Stone, the song of accord will resonate again and halt the bloodshed." Pain blurred her eyes. "Please guide me." Council protocol demanded immediate quarantine, yet Elias had seen what bureaucracy did to desperate beings. He loaded her onto the rover and headed deeper into the rift, toward lava tube caverns his charts flagged as acoustically unstable, just the sort of place a resonant stone might lie. As violet storm clouds churned overhead, Lyriel explained in halting phrases. The Luminari traveled space in living arc ships, their society bound by song, literal harmonic codes that synchronized thought and emotion. Recently, factions began corrupting those harmonics, weaponizing resonance to enslave dissenters. The Chorus Stone here once amplified the unifying song, but it lay dormant. Only the shard could reignite it. They reached a cavern mouth rimed with blue bioluminescent moss. Inside, deep subsonic hums vibrated like the planet's heartbeat. Elias hoisted Lyriel. Her legs still splinted and descended. The tunnel widened into a vast chamber. At its center towered a crystal monolith, 5 meters high, facets glinting like a colossal tuning fork. Fissures marred its surface. Oppressive silence pressed on Elias's eardrums. This, he knew instinctively, was the Chorus Stone. Lyriel's breath hitched. Place the shard in the heart fissure. Then step back. Elias climbed rough stairs and slid the shard into a narrow crack. For a heartbeat nothing happened. Then light seared through the crystal lattice and a choir of unearthly voices filled the cavern. Chords layered upon chords, a symphony of empathy. The resonance thrummed through his bones, tears welling unbidden. Laser fire shattered the moment. 3 armored figures stormed the tunnel mouth, weapons spitting ionized bolts that scorched rock. Luminary warlords, their armor etched with discordant sigils. Elias dragged Lyriel behind a toppled column. Stone splinters stung his cheek. If they disrupt the song now, the stone will fracture, she warned. Among his gear lay a seismic charge, meant for rock sampling. An idea flickered, dangerous but their only chance. Can the stone channel vibrations? He asked. Yes, if tuned, she breathed. He armed the charge, set it to emit a narrowband pulse at 23.7 Hz, the fundamental resonance he'd logged earlier, and planted it at the monolith's base, timer 10 seconds. They dashed aside. A bolt grazed Elias's shoulder, sizzling through syntheskin. The charge detonated with a low thrum. The chorus stone drank the vibration, amplifying it into a tsunami of sound. Air rippled. The warlords staggered, visors cracking. Armor emitted grating shrieks, then imploded inward as harmonious resonance tore at molecular bonds. Seconds later they lay unconscious amid smoking circuitry. The song wove the seismic pulse into its melody, sealing the fissures. Light cascaded through the chamber like a solar flare caught in crystal. Lyriel laid a hand on the stone. "It is done," she whispered, relief, gratitude, and exhaustion mingling in her aura. Ending. Outside, storm clouds broke to reveal twin moons. Horizon's Gate, the orbiting research mothership, hailed Elias, concerned by his silence and ordering immediate evacuation. He glanced at Lyriel. "If they find you, they'll quarantine you. The Council fears what it can't control." "I must return to my people," she said. "The song will reach them soon, but I am its witness." Dawn's first light brushed the horizon. "You could come. Hear worlds sing." The offer stunned him. On Earth he had lost his sister to a bureaucratic delay for a transplant. Since then he'd vowed never to let procedure override compassion. In Lyriel's eyes he saw the same resolve, mirrored across species. Duty whispered of data and accolades, yet he sensed that knowledge locked behind red tape would become another cage. He made his choice. From the fallen warlord's gear he salvaged a thruster pack and emergency beacon. He recorded a partial truth for Horizon's Gate. Recovered unmanned probe wreckage. Transmitting data logs. Departing surface. Will rendezvous later. It would buy time. He fitted the thruster to Lyriel's back. Together they trekked to the rift's edge where electromagnetic updrafts roared skyward. Lyriel linked her fins across his shoulders, forming a cocoon. The song echoed in his skull, guiding their ascent. They leapt. Gravity surrendered. Updrafts caught them. The thruster ignited. Basalt spires shrank beneath. Above, a filament of light unspooled, the song visible as shimmering aurora. They rose toward Lyriel's arkship, its hull a lattice of fire and crystal, singing welcome. At the airlock Lyriel pressed her palm over Elias's heart. "Your kindness changed more than my fate," she said. "It will ripple across stars." A hatch opened, bathing them in gold. Prologue. 5 years later the first joint conference between the Colonial Council and the Luminari convened on the neutral moon of Thales. Humans presented a violin carved from rift quartz. Luminari offered a droplet of condensed starlight that rang when struck. During the opening ceremony Ambassador Cade bowed and drew a single sustained note from the violin, and across the hall the starlight chimed in perfect sympathy. Reporters pressed him about abandoning his post. Elias smiled.